Hello everyone, my name is Evelin. I work as a solutions engineer for Vimeo and my focus is very much L&D and e-learning. I've been partly in touch with Moodle for longer than I'd like to admit.
Is this microphone? Yeah. And my name is Stefan. I'm the founder and managing director of bdecent. We're specialized in developing plugins for this very amazing LMS called Moodle. And we happen to have an integration for Vimeo, and that's why we're here together.
So when I started at Vimeo, I was introduced to Stefan, and then I saw his integration, which immediately spiked my interest. And what we've prepared for you today is, actually, we don't want to talk about ourselves. We rather want to jump into roles of two podcast presenters. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. So I will be presenting Anna. Anna is in her late 20s, if you want to believe it or not, and she's enrolled in a master's of film production. She's very passionate about the topic. She also loves French film in particular and travel, and she never leaves the lecture without, having learned something about her favorite topic.
Yeah, and I'm Jake. As you can tell, I'm a little bit older. I've got 20 years of experience. I'm enrolled at the University of Life. And I'm pretty much all about designing learning experience, and I lead regular workshops on instructors or for instructors for digital learning and engagement, especially for video.
So let's dive in. Hey there, curious learners. Welcome to this week's episode of the Moodle Way podcast. The episode is called Beyond the Play Button. Have you ever found yourself just endlessly scrolling through online courses, not really being engaged, not really trying to absorb something, but just feeling overwhelmed, a bit passive maybe? Oh, I definitely have. So just staring at the screen, really hoping the content would just jump out to me and talk to me.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that.
So our session today is all about video learning in Moodle. So imagine Moodle and supercharging it with video. So this is basically what bdecent and Vimeo have worked on. So today we want to talk about why this actually matters to you, the lecturers and educators, and how it's already making a difference out there.
Exactly. So what's really insightful here is that it's not just about sticking a video on a page, like we've done sometimes. It's about building an ecosystem right within Moodle, which is active, measurable, and helps to engage learners during learning. Exactly.
So that's also, I've known Vimeo for many years. It's already very popular in the creative and film industry. Actually, there are already a lot of marketing and communication departments of large universities using Vimeo as well. And Moodle is, of course, one of the largest LMS out there. And Jake, I know you've done some research and you have a lot of experience from the last 20 years. And our mission today is basically to give our listeners a shortcut to understanding what's happening in this corner of EdTech.
Yeah. Can you show us how it looks as a learner?
Yes. You wouldn't mind playing the button? Yeah. Sure. So basically, it's becoming a part of my learning flow, and it's feeling very, very seamless. I've also done my homework today. I think you saw that one coming. And I've prepared some short demos for you to actually show you what it looks like and how I use it every day. So in the morning, I basically navigate to my course in Moodle where I can find my video from the latest lecture already in form of a professional-looking interactive video with several tabs that have additional information added to it and that provide me with all of what I need to know in one place.
What do you like best in this interface?
I would say having a concise summary is great. Also the searchable transcript. I mean, usually in multiple languages, which is super helpful for my foreign student colleagues, and that the video has chapters in it, so I can easily jump to the section that I need, especially when the lecture is 90 minutes long, and I just want to review one part of it.
Has your teacher added some of the interactive features?
Yeah, some of them do go through that effort. So I can use things like these chapter hotspots that you see here. There are also some call to actions and quizzing inside the video. So depending on the video, I can then also choose my own branching scenario and jump straight to the points that I'm interested most in. So to me, that really feels like a fundamental shift in learning and keeping me engaged.
I totally agree. But personally, my favorite feature is that you can ask the video questions, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's called Ask AI. So it lets me ask questions while watching the video, and then I get instant timestamped answers that take me straight into the corresponding section of the video.
I think this makes self-directed learning way more effective, like as an instructor or as somebody who's in charge for instructors. It's a really boost to understanding. So if I'm watching the video and I'm all on my own, I can still just ask the video. And it's not like the instructor's there, but it's still interactive, and I can talk and I can use AI features without ever leaving the video, right? So it's almost your study buddy or your study guide directly within that video.
Yes, it's definitely feeling like I have my own personal tutor. But almost equally important is I can access the video instantly, which is what I'm going to be talking about next. What I exactly mean by that is that I simply navigate to my course content, where I find the most recent videos directly on the course main page added here. So I don't need to leave Moodle and navigate to another site. It's all there for me in one place. Particularly for the Teams and Zoom meetings, I used to have to wait for teaching assistants to send emails around with the links to the right recordings via email. Really?
Yeah, that shouldn't really happen in 2025 any longer, right? That you're waiting for somebody to send something manually, or that videos are scattered across notebooks, various cloud drives and other things. So this consolidation, everything's searchable and available almost automatically, instantly, unless the lecturer wants to hold it on for a little while. That really makes a huge difference, and it's all seamless.
Yeah, especially at the end of the semester when I'm preparing for exams, and then I can just jump into the right lecture, which my teacher has made available to us, and they usually also include lectures from last year, and then that often gives me a better and deeper understanding of the topic that I'm studying.
Yeah, and having been a lecturer myself for 11 years, I know that every additional job outside of my class I want to avoid. So when I close my laptop and the Zoom session is stopped and the video just automatically gets into the course without me doing anything, that's just a lifesaver for me and my daily habits.
Great. So I really want to hear more about your perspective. So how does it actually work from an instructor's perspective?
Yeah, so if you dive a little deeper into the technicalities, once it's set up, it works like a synchronization between the course tree in Moodle and the folder structure. That's how Vimeo calls the structure there. So it's all in sync, like all the students and all the users, departments, courses, folders, structures, all in sync. And whenever I upload something into an appropriate folder, we can see them here, it just gets automatically pulled into your appropriate folder, so I don't have to do anything any longer.
And earlier we also talked about the interactive, this is done. So also I wanted to know about the way how this is actually connected between the two.
Yeah, might be a bit too technical for this audience, but it's just API based, let's put it like that. So we just take care of it in the background, and it connects between Moodle and Vimeo. So it's just taken care of. And all the folders, video metadata, descriptions, tags, and transcripts, they're all just there. So for every teacher, it's just seamless, and he doesn't have to bother about it. And because the mapping between Moodle courses and Vimeo folders, it's also amazing how fast you can add a video directly in Moodle. So what you do as a teacher, you just drag and drop the video into the course after turning editing on. It will automatically then create a VideoTime activity, We'll upload the video in the background to Vimeo, and the video's there. And this, depending on the size of the video, to be honest, is literally something between 30 seconds and maybe at most a minute or so, depending on the size of the video. So it's all very seamless, and then you can take it from there, add completion conditions, add appearance options, make it look nicer, add customization to it, and make it interactive.
Yeah, that's the interactive part. That's actually really intriguing for me. So what does the experience look like from your team side? I mean, I imagine must have been hard to train all of your staff and team members.
So after we started to demonstrate that solution, that was obviously a concern, like how much of an effort is it to transform everybody and make the change and teach everybody. And after we demonstrated how easy it is, it was really not a problem anymore, because it not only enhances everything and makes it so much easier, it's also very effective. Like, we can prove that the engagement and the effectiveness of it is up to tripled. So it's really nice to see that it's worth it. And to do that, it's just so simple to add questions and quizzes and hotspots and all of that directly into the video with literally no effort whatsoever. So as you can see, you just like click 3 buttons and then you've got your quiz question added, and that's all you need to do.
Right, and the focus on the analytics, I mean, I know that's really important today. It moves really beyond the question, what have students clicked on, rather towards the understanding, have they actually learned something? Have they actually understood and engaged with the content?
Well, isn't that like an age-long question? Does it really matter to track students, and do they really learn something out of it? So obviously, it is helpful and interesting to understand, have my students even watched it at all? From where do they watch it? How much watched they in there? And if I can see that students drop off immediately after the first beginning, I get some insights and I get some actionable items that I can check off and just take care of. Because if everybody drops off immediately, if everybody leaves the room, I know that I'm doing something wrong, and then I can try to figure out what am I doing wrong.
I mean, okay, that does sound really powerful. But maybe can you explain to me, so what does it actually look like in practice? I see you showed some examples here.
Yeah, exactly. So what you're seeing here is the retention graph, which is very easy to read. You just see how many people watch in the beginning and then how many people drop off over time, how many people watch something again, because you can differentiate between unique users and overall visits and like which parts they've watched again. So as we can see, the first part everybody says, and then probably people jump to the next part because there's a spike again. And that's really helpful to understand how the video is actually doing. Okay. Yeah.
I see. I mean, and that also looks like students are being tracked for if they've actually watched a video. I mean, I can no longer pretend that I've attended a live session as I was supposed to. I mean, I know that from experience. Having to rock up at 8 a.m. on a Friday to watch a lecture doesn't really quite fit my social schedule.
Yeah, so from how we see it, analytics is aggregated, site-wide, just information about how the video performs. But we go one level further. So what you can see here, we see exactly which student has watched how long in the video and which parts the student has skipped or not skipped or watched multiple times. It's a bit hard to read here on the screen, but we've got a better screenshot for that, which maybe highlights this even better. So the darker the graph gets, the more often somebody has watched something. And this really helps for the teacher to understand how a particular student has watched this video, to understand if he or she skipped parts multiple times, if he has watched something multiple times, if something might be too complex, too complicated, might be too quick, or something like that. And then the teacher can do what he has to do, like to teach and to optimize the content and help with that.
Oh God, that really means I'm being busted by the analytics, aren't I?
Yeah, so one really nice thing, as you can't see in the bottom here, the blue one is the one which Evelin watched live during the session, and the other parts were the stuff that you watched after the lesson. So if you want to call like that, it's like attendance control. So if somebody watched it during we were live, or later on once it's a recording. And being busted by analytics is not nice. But of course, we're very polite and nice to everybody and not being mean about something, but rather think about how can we improve our content, how can we make it less boring, how can we maybe reschedule the session to a little bit later in the day so that everybody can attend, even after a party, right?
Like Moodle's party last night, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm afraid we're already at the end of this week's episode of the Moodle Way. So thank you all for listening in on us, and I hope we could grab your attention. And of course, we're more than happy to take any question, if there are one.
Thank you for the presentation. I'm just wondering, when we add the video to Moodle, the video is going to be saved on the Moodle server, or is it just a link between Vimeo and Moodle? So
the good thing about the integration is that it's basically your choice. So if you want, the video can stay in your Moodle. It will be local. All data will be local, so if you have that option, that's nice. If you want to add the more advanced AI-based features, which don't exist in Moodle, like Vimeo, Moodle can't let you talk to a video and ask you questions. That requires like a more powerful video engine, and then the video can be uploaded to Vimeo in the background automatically. So it depends on what you want on your side. But the features that we showed today rely on Vimeo as a backend, but you have a choice. You can have both at the same time, both in the same course, depending on your preference.
Okay, over here. One big question. The video is going to show in my Moodle course. Does like the interaction also respect my corporate branding of my Moodle site? Like that it's really seamless?
Yeah, so the player itself it's a video player. You can decide if you want a logo in there or not. You can decide the color of it if you want to do that, but it's pretty seamless. It's just integrated into Moodle. It opens up as any activity or as any block within Moodle. So I would say it's definitely integrated and branded, and nobody would realize that it's outside of Moodle unless somebody thinks about it and wonders how it's actually working. That can be completely themed and styled. So you can choose the colors, you can choose the imagery, you have full control over that.
Okay, if I can. Okay, so I just thank you for the presentation and beautiful role play. I just have a question because I'm not sure if maybe I don't understand completely the way the integration works, but for a moment, I understood that I have my videos and my course and reports on the Moodle, from this what I'm doing on the Moodle, and I have like the second course, a little bit copy, but not exactly copy, of my course on Vimeo, where I have a little bit different questions, different type of elements, different reports. Do I understand correctly?
Do you want to answer?
Yes, yeah. So basically, we're giving you the choice, depending on how the integration is set up. You can prompt your instructors to use the inbuilt Moodle reporting mechanism, and then there are also further additional graphs that Stefan or Jake has shown, and that's within Vimeo. It then depends if you have administrator access or creator access. You can pull the team analytics as well, but basically you have both options.
Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so from a student perspective, unless you choose to allow your students to go to Vimeo, which you can, we want every student to remain in Moodle. There should not be any platform changes, no UI changes whatsoever, because we believe that students should be in one platform. They have enough already anyway, so they should always be in one platform. So the way we've set it up is that it's, from a student point of view, they just go to their course, they open the activity, they have the video. with all the features that we mentioned, so including the Ask AI feature, including the transcripts, including the chapters, everything like that. The teacher can stay in Moodle as long as he wishes to. So the teacher can turn editing on, drag the video into the course, and it will, in the background, without the teacher theoretically ever knowing, be uploaded to the appropriate place that the administrator has set up. So the teacher also theoretically never has to leave Moodle. That's the idea behind it. But also the teacher can use and benefit from automated captions, automated descriptions, automated dubbing and synchronization of the audio track and these kinds of things. So again, the teacher does not have to go to Vimeo, because we're using Vimeo as like a powerful video engine, which should be hidden technology, without the teacher knowing theoretically. But if you want the student to record and produce a video, because maybe that's a student submission, like it's part of the learning, then you can allow the student to log on to Vimeo. We can automatically create an account for them, give them the appropriate permissions. That's all taken care of. It will be single sign-on, so no login required. It will automatically be done. And they can use Vimeo to produce their own video if that's the task. And the teacher can log on to Vimeo, which is single sign-on again, if they want to create the video in Vimeo with interactive features, with dubbing features, with the in-browser editors. So it's a choice. For the more advanced student, for the more advanced assignments, for the more advanced production requirements, you go to Vimeo. But if you don't need that, you ever stay in Moodle. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Hey, thank you for a beautiful presentation, both of you. I'm wondering about the questions, the overlay questions that can add on top of the video. Can they include mathematical formulas, chemistry, writing, anything which is a little bit more complex than simple text?
That's a great question. I haven't tested it yet. I'm happy to get back to you in that regards. So the interactive quizzing experience is also something we are heavily investing in and expanding on. Soon we'll be able to retake quizzes, shuffling answers, and so on and so forth. So I would expect that to be able in a couple of months as well. In terms of quizzing, your students would then be able to select the right answers. I'm happy to take your details and then get back to you later on.
Yeah. I want to comment on that as well. So the interactions within the video, we believe, should be as simple and easy as possible, because you don't want to take away too much focus and attention from the student from actually watching the video. So it's more like interactions within the video for reflection, for making sure they're still there, to reduce passive watching. So whenever you have something more complex, my personal recommendation would to just rely on the question bank in Moodle. Because we also have an integration working where you have like maybe an introductory text, then you have the video, then you have questions from the question bank, and then maybe you have the second part of the video, and then maybe you have a poll or something like that, all in one like little nugget together. But I'm not sure if like something as complex as mathematical equations and stuff like that should really be on top of the video, or rather like in between videos, but all like without ever leaving the site. So that would be like something to explore, and I'm more than happy to show if you want to.
So you mean you can embed the Vimeo video in between questions in the quiz?
That's possible, of course, yeah. Actually, I'm suggesting to use a dedicated activity which is meant to have multimodal learning, which we also offer, which includes a support for Vimeo and VideoTime in particular. So you have like the combination of video, introduction, polls, complex questions, as complex as the question bank can get, which is pretty complex, and to rather use that for that purpose. But both is possible, it's your choice.
Thank you for the presentation. Question for the AI bit. Are you using optical character recognition for the slides or for the video bit, or are you just using the transcript to take from the AI questions?
Yes, we are using visual character optimization, recognition, and even going beyond that, where even if there's no transcript in the video at all, we are currently working on building basically into our search also the image recognition. So if you just have a video of 2 minutes. There's no sound at all, but there's just a dog jumping around, and you go to Vimeo, you search for dog, this should be popping up. Yes, it's included.